It's time, motherfuckers.
And he drives it into right center field. Hit it, Todd. This baby is way back. On here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel, and welcome back to the Major League Baseball season. It starts freaking tonight, ladies and gentlemen, against the Dodgers. Lots to talk about, but I don't want this video to be extremely long, so let's just knock it out. And first of all, we got to talk about the two exhibition games just really quick. The Giants took care of business. I talked about the first game over in Oakland. A great pitching performance all around, and the standout of the game, Austin Slater, stepped up to the plate, quite literally, and picked up 5 RBIs, hit the ball hard. My man Trump had a couple hits. It wasn't an absolute slugfest, but it was more than enough to take out the A's. And then Tuesday, another great performance. The Giants scored 3 runs off of Mike Fiers, the ace of the Oakland A's, including a leadoff home run for Mike Yostrimsky, and then another bomb by Alex Dickerson. That is absolutely freaking huge. Those are 2 guys that we need to step it up in 2020. They were 2 guys that brought a lot of magic in 2019. They need to do it again in 2020, no doubt about it. And Dickerson had 3 hits with a 3-for-4 game. Absolutely awesome. Yostrimsky ended up 2 for 2, and as for the pitching staff, Tyler Rogers, the opener, no issues, 2 strikeouts, scoreless inning in the first. Connor Menez gave up a couple runs. Other than that, it was just shut down baseball for the pitching staff. Danny Jimenez, Wandy Peralta, Andrew Suarez, Samuel Coonrod, Andrew Triggs, Sam Selman, and Sam Wolf all combined to shut down the Athletics, giving up a total of 0 motherfreaking hits. Great 2-game exhibition season there. Not much of a season, 2 games. Does it mean a lot? I kind of think it means more than it would normally mean in a spring training performance, because these are the only 2 tune-up games they got going into the season. And hey, they look great. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to carry over, but hey, you got to love it. I mean, you got to feel better than if they would have went out there and got slaughtered or something. I mean, you got to feel good. I feel great. I feel fantastic. I'm feeling optimistic going into this series against LA. I'm pumped up for tonight's ball game. So let's take a look at who will probably be on that roster. Right now, as I'm filming this video, I don't have the final roster, but I do have a list here that's more than likely what we're going to be seeing. So here are the guys we got on the team and how I'm feeling. You got our catchers, Heineman, Trump, and Brantley. Who would have thought that those 3 guys would have been on the opening day roster? We thought it was definitely going to be Posey, and then these guys were fighting for a backup role. All 3 of them are on the team. That is just how, it shows how crazy everything is right now. That the 3 catchers we got, not Bart, not Posey, Heineman, Trump, Brantley. But you know what? All these guys have looked good at different times, and especially Chadwick Trump as of lately. You got to feel great for Trump that he's going to be a major leaguer, because he has not played in the big leagues yet. He's earned it, and I can't wait to see what he can do. In the infield, we got Belt, who is injured, but he will be back eventually. You know, Belt's a guy who we've just been waiting for him to show up with the bat. He never really became the great hitter we hoped he would, but we know what he can do. He can get on base. He plays great defense at first, and he will provide some pop. And he can get hot. He hits his home runs in bunches. So, hey, if he gets a little nice hot stretch in the season, say 10, 15 games, that's actually a pretty big chunk of the year as opposed to 10 or 15 games out of 162. You follow me. We got Wilmer Flores, a very nice pickup. Mauricio Dubon. I love Mauricio Dubon. Simple as that. He is awesome. Yomer Sanchez got great defense, could come into the games late to help out there. Crawford, you got great defense, needs to step it up with the bat. Crawford is a big question mark this year. We need him to step it the freak up. Pablo Sandoval, he's just a great hitter. He's just a pure hitter. He can put the bat on the ball. I don't know, Pablo Sandoval is just one of those guys that I think even if he's getting in his mid-30s or, whatever, he just knows how to hit. He's going to hit you doubles in the gap. He's going to come through, as a guy off the bench and a guy who can start at first, at DH, at third, Nice to have him. Donovan Solano, you guys already know if you watch my channel that I am basically in love with Donovan Solano. He's awesome. The guy hits 330. I don't know what else you can ask for. Darren Ruff, what a pickup that was. He's been tearing it up in Korea. He's been tearing it up in spring training. Let's hope it carries over. I'm pretty sure he's going to hit a few bombs this year, and I'm looking forward to it. In the outfield with Pence, well, he had a year away from San Francisco, went over to Texas, had a pretty nice season. He's back, and I hope he can bring some of that magic with him that he used to bring back in the days we were winning World Series championships in 12 and 14. Yostrimsky, pretty much our best player last year. Dickerson is huge. He needs to stay healthy because he's injury prone. He needs to swing the bat like he's been doing. That could be one of the greatest pickups of recent history. Like when you think about a guy who's totally off the radar, no one's really heard of him, hasn't done much in the big leagues, and Farhan grabs this guy Dickerson. He's just absolutely electric from day one. Finally slowed down, had some injuries, but he's been tearing it up in spring training against his own team, the Giants, and also before that, and also now against the A's. He's hitting the ball well. So we'll see what Dickerson can do. I can't wait. Steven Duggar, Austin Slater, Jalen Davis, three guys are kind of going to fight to stay on the roster, and we'll see how they do. All three have great potential. Jalen Davis has amazing power that he's shown in AAA, so we'll see what he can do. Austin Slater had that huge game in the first game over in Oakland, and Steven Duggar's got a ton of potential. Just hoping that he can unleash that potential and show that he belongs. A lot of great names there, a lot of names that I can't wait to see. Like I've always said, I really do love this team, even though, yes, on paper, this team is not going to have the firepower, the sexiness of the Dodgers or the Diamondbacks or even the Rockies and Padres right now. But you know what? This is a team that I feel like could come together, could get hot, could string together some wins. We're talking about a 60-game season. Anything can happen. And in the rotation with Cueto, Samardzija, Gausman, Smiley, you got Webb and Anderson. It's very scary and not in a good way. I don't mean scary like for the opponents. I mean scary for us as Giants fans, because that rotation, with Cueto and Samardzija, we know what they've been capable of. We just don't know what we're going to get from them this season. And that's what's scary about it. Like, if those two guys are good, that's going to be just huge, because now we know Gausman and Smiley are going to have some good games and bad. We got Logan Webb, unfortunately. As you know, Tyler Beede, who was going to be, I think, the fifth starter, had to have Tommy John. Now we're stuck with, I say that very rudely, but yeah, we got Logan Webb, who's got potential, obviously. He's got a nice young arm, but he has not put it together yet. We don't know what we're going to get from him. Tyler Anderson, another option there. Don't know what we got there. So as for the bullpen, again, we got some nice arms. Danny Jimenez is one I'm really excited about. He can light up the radar gun. He is a Rule 5 draft pick, and he could be a diamond in the rough. And then Sean Anderson, a guy who can start if needed, but Sean Anderson, potential closer. But most exciting has got to be Tyler Rogers, who's torn up AAA for years. He got that submarine style, and I can't wait to see him out there. And then you got some other solid pitchers like Gott and Watson. It's not the worst bullpen in the big leagues, in my opinion. I mean, that's not saying a whole lot, but I really do think that we have enough to win games and at least get over that 25 over-under, hopefully around 500 at a minimum, but hopefully really that we bust out, surprise people, and have a great season. I'm completely hyped about it, and I really do believe in the Giants. There really hasn't been a season my entire life where I went into a season just like this team has zero chance, because, I know it's baseball, and I know things can happen, and it's happened before. I remember 1997, Giants were looked at as terrible. They were going to be last place. They got to the playoffs. They won their division. So 1993, even though they picked up Barry Bonds, no one thought they were going to go out and win 103 games. They did. They didn't make the playoffs because there was no wild card back then. But I'm just saying, the Giants have had some great seasons where they weren't expected to. So don't write them off just yet. If things go south in that first month and it's terrible, I'll be singing a different tune in about a month. But guess what? It ain't a month. It's today, and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's take a look at a quick preview of tonight's game, and it's Johnny Cueto versus Clayton freaking Kershaw. You got Cueto recently with his Tommy John surgery. You got Kershaw, who's still legit, but you never know. It's easier to get to Kershaw now than it was a few years ago. We're going to be seeing Betts, Bellinger, that entire lineup that I don't even feel like going through because I might throw up because they're so freaking potent, and that's the Dodgers lineup. But again, I said the A's were potent. We just took them out in 2 games. Yes, it's spring training, but come on, please give me something to hope on. Give me something to believe in. San Francisco Giants got a chance, and I'm looking forward to this game tonight and to the entire series. So that's just a brief overview of what we're looking at tonight. Guys, we already know what we're dealing with the Dodgers, and they got a super lineup. The Giants are going to put out what we got, and we're going to go out there and see if we can get hot, see if we can string together some hits, drive in some runs. Like I said, guys that I really need to come through and that we really need to come through are going to be Dickerson, going to be Yostrimsky. Those are our guys right here. Yes, we still got our Crawfords and our guys like Evan Longoria, who I'm a huge fan of, but they're going to do what they're going to do. You know, they never have really shown to get just hot and just carry a team. They just contribute. They play great defense. They're going to get their hits. They're going to get their home runs. They're going to come through in the clutch on occasion. But it's Dickerson. It's Yostrimsky. These were the guys that really lit up this team last year. And even Sandoval throughout the first half of last season had a fantastic first half, had a great first 60 games. And if he can repeat that performance for 60 games, we're going to be in really good shape as far as Sandoval goes anyway. But I think if these guys can all really do what they can do, we're going to win plenty of games. And it's going to be a great season. So tune in tonight for the game. I'm going to go live for a pregame show, and I'll also jump in for the postgame show after the game, at least for opening day. It won't be for every game, but for opening day, we're going to have pregame, we're going to have postgame. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see how I look after the game. I might look like this. Woo! Yes! And I might look like this. God, we're f***ed. We are f***ed. So guys, have a fantastic day. And if you haven't checked out my hype video, I'm going to link that at the end of this video. You'll see it up there. So please click on that video, the Giants hype video for 2020. I worked hard on that one. I hope you guys liked it. And you guys have a great freaking day. Let's go Giants 2020. It's on now. It's all about attack, win games. Let's go. Let's make the playoffs. Guys, love baseball. It's been a long time coming. Let's get this going. I wish I could go to the game. I would be in Los Angeles probably tonight if I could. But, well, I can. I can drive down to Los Angeles. And guess what? I'm just going to stand outside the ballpark like an idiot because they're not going to let me in. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's 5